Kirisimasi kwa sikukuu. Kuija kioko ndatayonekie Yazenya mundu kila umwiwe wa mionie Suo mwikuija kioko ndatayonekie Yazenya mundu kila umwiwe wa mionie Neto ikumila shuali ni kusya iwe Mwana mutangi tuende yutu kamone Neto ikumila shuali ni kusya iwe Mwana mutangi tuende yutu kamone Shua Kirisimasi Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi kwa sikukuu. Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi kwa sikukuu. Aziwe mwobozi ya Bethlehemu ya Yuda Mavina tazu kwa imuzumbe mudhugu Aziwe mwobozi ya Bethlehemu ya Yuda Mavina tazu kwa imuzumbe mudhugu Herode tiuyo aimanda kumumya dhayo Indi ndaivati kala takake kaikoniku Herode tiuyo aimanda kumumya dhayo Indi ndaivati kala takake kaikoniku Kirisimasi Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi kwa sikukuu. Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi kwa sikukuu. Nina utanu kumangoni kwa mbaitu Nondo wabwithwa nitusyaiwe muzumbe Nina utanu kumangoni kwa mbaitu Nondo wabwithwa nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kila mundu okile aine notanu mwinge Nondo wabwithwa nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kila mundu okile aine notanu mwinge Nondo wabwithwa nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi kwa sikukuu. Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi, Kirisimasi kwa sikukuu. Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kila mundu aine aitie Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kila mundu aine aitie Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Baizionde zine syasye Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Baizionde zine syasye Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Ainima Yesu tuasye Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Ainima Yesu tuasye Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kirizine ngwina nasye Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kirizine ngwina nasye Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kanisa wa Yesu twine Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Kanisa wa Yesu twine Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Shua nitusyaiwe muzumbe Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Aya nitusyaiwe Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Zumbe Christmas Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Nitusyaiwe muzumbe Happy New Year Merry Christmas Nusyaiwe muzumbe Healing Voice Band ya nani? Ya Yesu. Goga Benga la yoba 2017 Niwabu Wadabu Goga ende Eme abu Goga Melody Salamu Wapikule meni Dekonayas Machakos F-ONG Studios Salama
C'est Bled 20. C'est Bled 20. C'est.
We need to go back on the Sakimo tree. people of Maserati. Yeah, let's go back on the Sakemo tree. Fellow citizens, one amen, feed that giant. Complete bobo, retire with your story. Well, you came to us, you told us plenty lies. Now we know you want big darkness.
Fake oppositions.
When black people in the land, one I make and one I let giant. To have a man and one I make must calm down. Really, move. That play you said in an actual play, oh. When I'm begging you say, you just gotta calm down. FIFA around, oh. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down. The reform not around. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down.
We will get it once upon sweat, get it once upon sweat. If I get it once upon sweat, get it once upon sweat. They want to not smell it, they other one they can smell it, they are drawing you can smell it, Tifara me, oh.
This time around, who we carrying? Tifara talking to, We don't have a plenty of talk, that who we carrying? Tifara talking to,
But I got sweet mind full of so skin. Don't fall for them, that minute I so skin. They're real for Tifa. We can see the development they say they will bring. We can see the salary they promise to share. That's so scared. You don't scare, oh. Tifa na pay school in this country. Tifa na pay hospital in this country. Tifa na pay road in this country. Tifa building bridges in this country. Tifa da brabi, Tifa da brabi. Tifara, brabi, picking, respect your brabi. Thomas Fala coming up, no getting popo. Talking too long, never no monkey, one pofo. Your pofo, we will call it. The Contrad Terry coming up, monkey, shoot pofo. We will call it. The good bad Terry coming up, monkey, one pofo. Your pofo, we will call it. The rubber Terry coming up, monkey, one pofo. Pofo. Barrow medicine, yeah. We go you, Iron of Africa, yeah. Stay with you.
Anything that you talk, anything you want to. Well, you feel us. This time around, who we carrying? Tifara talking to, We don't have a plenty of talk, that who we carrying? Tifara talking to, The first time we came with defensive system, you are acting like you the best man. Loga. But now we coming with attacking system. We treat you just like one contribution. The people that are carrying the fat and a joke. You like it or not, you want to be the home. You know you have a good time, you know you have a true. This time around,
we will get it once upon sweat, get it once upon sweat.
We are giving you your flowers for the good things you have done. We are giving you your flowers for providing good leadership. We are giving you your flowers, man, for making us so happy. We are giving you your flowers for restoring our dignity. Oh. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. For this nation, Liberia. Mama Ellen, thank you. Thank you. Mama Ellen, thank you. I remember when you took the mom to our leadership in 2006. Everything was apart and the center couldn't even hold. We want to thank you, Mama, for putting our pieces back together. Oh, thank you, Mama, for are giving a sense of direction. Oh, thank you, Mama, for restoring our dignity. Thank you.
Let me say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your lead host, Unze Abraham Ike Kamara II. I will be telling you some damaging news tonight. I'll be giving you some key information tonight. Just when you have your bottle of wine or your bottle of whatsoever you want to drink, have that bottle around you, because this discussion is going to go for 1 hour 30 minutes. Because we are about to talk some of the damaging records. We are about to tell the Liberians some of the damaging records of Wilmer Smith. So keep tuned.
What is your name?
My name is Renata Chudutwell.
Renata?
Yes.
Renata, which school do you go to?
I'm attending Car Baptist Church School System.
What class are you in?
I'm in 6th grade class.
Wow. Where do you live?
I live 9th Street, Single.
You are on the program, What's the Latest? In this program, we are talking about the latest things that we're hearing in town. Call it the latest G's. You can tell me any G's you've been hearing in town a few days, even if it's pertaining to election or anything?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Because I can be listening to radio every time I don't like, I keep my $60 per saver to be on the radio. I always love to listen to Costa show at first, every morning. And at first, like in my own interest, I think the person my candidate I want in power is I just like him, or if I may say to confess and honest, I love Joseph Walker. Yeah. And why I heard on radio, like the way Costa said, even if you can be the most accurate person, but as long you meet Joseph Walker one-on-one, and if he's speaking to you, you feel like home, like you just want to give your heart to him, but oh no, it cannot be possible yet. And again, concerning what her name, CDC, George Mantel, to be honest to you, Auntie, I just don't want him. This is not a football club. This is a real nation. And to be honest again, once more, let me tell you, this is not a football field, I repeat. This is a whole nation. And let me tell you one thing I know, I can hear. People can say his dog. I say I know he won't be a dog on this earth here. But just that maybe he's not focused, that's all. He don't love tension, that's why I learned from my oldest people. And one thing I know again is that because maybe the tension was too high, and one thing some people can say he insulted his own mother on radio. I say maybe or just because of the anger, he couldn't stand it any longer. That was why. And one thing, yes, I agree to the fact that Bromsky went to the court to report his case. I love that attitude. Maybe he thought that it was a flaw in the election. Yeah, sometimes I can be on the radio, I can listen to election commission, Mr. Koko and Kokoya. Yeah, I can listen to him every time when I'm on radio. I can really listen to your children program, as you say. Like they have certain program where George and Mr. George we are this man, Joseph Walker, he used to, do. Yeah, actually I had an interest in him, yeah. At least the new government, at least we need people business, I can say that. We just want everybody to hold tight and wait, that's all. Then, election commission will give us the rightful leader, we pray, so thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Say your name again.
My name is Renata Chudutwell.
Thank you. What is your name?
If they want to see you burning the shirt.
I'm going to burn the shirt.
I'm burning the rap.
Tell like this.
No more sedition again.
Let me tell you. Tell it live.
No more sedition. We'll tell you. No more sedition. Wait.
Today,
no more sedition. No more sedition in the country. Hey, come for the land.
We done for finish today.
The landlord, I will be.
We finish.
No more singing.
We not told you and kill a land.
Hey, come with the children.
Yeah, people want to and I'm going to tell you how to do this.
You know how you come for finish. When we talking in the corner, sir. When we talking in the corner, sir.
They want to kill them with it.
Thank you.
Yeah. To tell them, say, I can't draw, kill them with them 2023. That's what's up. Me, I got more than 400 men. We'll kill them 2023. People that work here, they're working.
So keep it there.
Over them where in one data.
Keep it there.
Waiting for that. Yeah. Waiting for that. Waiting for that.
But development come with pins, oh.
Development come with pins. No.
But
I develop it.
We are business.
But you call it unos for that car. You call it unos for that car. So how you manage now? How you do it? How you manage the car? Where you going? Where you not going? Why you go?
Yeah, we'll get the street. In the now go. What boss? People are saying say they want to do that. They don't sell it back. They want all to go to school. We'll go there. Waiting for that 2023. I am waiting for that. Yeah. I know.
You don't stay around.
Silisi ataya na ya. Aya. Silisi ataya. Aya. Ataya na. Jawia silisi.
We have been for the tell the message and then friend.
America. Resign from the party. I resign.
But are you resign? Are you resign?
Yeah, anyway.
What about resign? Get resign. We never slap and resign. We never slap. Or the coffee and resign. We ain't party and resign. We're doing party and resign. I'm a resign for now.
Okay,
You resign with honor?
Yeah.
You resign with honor?
Send a resignation letter in.
To who?
To the party.
To Koji.
Ain't fair inform.
To Koji.
We don't want to force that. We don't want to
The flowing down the spring, the valley of deep waters, the valley that symbolizes a reminder of the quest of the Liberian populace and of the international community that democracy and its attending tenets remain the only viable instruments to secure peace in our own world. So this statement is Liberty Party position to the international community regarding the National Elections Commission's interference with its intra-party conflict in particular and the mismanagement of the electoral process by this election commission in general. This was presented to the United Nations Resident Coordinator, the head of the African Union to Liberia, Ambassador of the United States of America, His Excellency Michael McCarthy, the head of the European Union delegation to Liberia, and Her Excellency Ambassador Josephine Nkrumah, Ambassador of ECOWAS to Liberia. Your Excellencies, permit me on behalf of the Liberty Party and Liberian people to present heartfelt felicitations to your respected government and people for the enormous contributions we continue to make in the growth of our nascent democracy.
It is this unwavering support that enables our country to have had 3 cycles of presidential and legislative election, 2005, 2011, and 2017. Coming out of the ashes of a senseless civil war that decimated our population, taking away more than 250,000 of the lives of our fellow compatriots. The stakes in the 2023 presidential and legislative elections could never be higher. This is why we in Liberty Party, in particular in the Liberian nation in general, are very circumspect about the conduct of individuals who are charged with the responsibility of supervising the elections. This brings us to the electoral management by the EMB, which is charged with the responsibility of conducting said election in an impartial and independent manner. The Liberty Party has had a close engagement with the NEC Board of Commissioners during the course of our intra-party conflict. Over this period, we have seen how the NEC has relegated its non-partisan role to that of a partisan institution that proceeds to embolden the conflict within Liberty Party. For the purpose of this statement, we are pleased to mention the following key issues. 1. The revised guidelines of the Election Commission, Section 3.4, provide that following a party's convention, the records of the proceeding must be submitted by the chairperson or presiding officer of the convention and secretary. Contrary to this, in the aftermath of the Liberty Party 2021 convention, there was a newly elected and secretary general who took upon themselves to submit the records after concealing the final records, including the amended constitution and the minutes of the convention from the political leader. The submission was made on February 26, 2021, as it later came to be known by the political leader in subsequent time. 2. Not only did the 2 elected officers secretly submit the documents without the knowledge of the political leader or the presiding officer as enshrined in our Constitution, but it also proceeded to alter provisions relating to the power relation between the political leader and the National Executive Committee. The political leader accordingly informed the National Election Commission that the document for the convention was submitted outside the Commission's revised guidelines and the provisions approved by delegates have been altered, thus necessitating a retrieval for correction. The NEC rejected such a request, insisting that it could not return the document until properly challenged. 3. The NEC went further to amend it that the Liberty Party should proceed to make use of its internal mechanism to resolve the situation. This prompted a meeting of the 2 conflicting parties held at the Commodore Hotel on October 2, 2021, where it was acknowledged upon a review of the convention records that indeed provisions have been changed. The 2 parties thus signed a memorandum of understanding in which they expressly agreed. The court subsequently made available its library for the parties to converge and correct the Constitution, which was done without any hindrance. 8. As a final stage of the exercise, the corrected version of the Constitution was immediately submitted to the NEC on July 11, 2022. We believe this effort has effectively brought to a close the long-running intra-party conflict. Unfortunately, the NEC again refused to log the instrument, thereby enabling his ability to arrogate to himself powers that he does not have under the Constitution. 9. Further to these issues is the chairperson demonstrated conflict of interest exhibited during a corruption case with the government of Liberia, while the resolution of the Liberty Party case remains marked at the NEC. She turned to Mr. Musa Hassan Belete, the party to the inter-party conflict, to secure a bond for her in the said case. But that was not the only exhibition of popular interest. Every time the indicted NEC boss went to the court, it was Mr. Belete who escorted her. How in this world do a serious integrity institution conduct itself in such an unprofessional manner? Your Excellencies, attached to this statement are records from the side of the political leader of the Liberty Party for your perusal. In all of this, we believe that that is being used by hidden hands. Clearly, the ruling party from which it received instructions to preside over the systematic disintegration of Liberty Party. And we are not prepared to see this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, even as we focus on these repugnant attitudes of NEC toward Liberty Party, we feel compelled to mention the potentially crippling effects of the actions of the chairperson, Madam Deviata Brown Lasana, and her Board of Commissioners on the General State of Elections Commission as an integrity institution. We know that it is not necessarily what happens on election day that characterizes the result as being credible or fraudulent. The processes that precede the electoral cycle are instructive of what the outcome should be. We have observed from a litany of events at the National Election Commission that Liberia could be headed for trouble should the Commission remain as is presently composed, ranging from a role in the procurement of 20 thermometers with a price tag of $9,166 per piece, which is in reality was valued at US $500 per unit. The current procurement process for the biometric materials that is endangering the conduct of the 2023 elections, we are witnessing a clear lack of direction for the democratic process. Of concern also is the conflict of interest that was associated with that deal. The NEC boss chose her close biological brother, who is the CEO of the IT firm known as Tuma Enterprise, to execute that contract. If these are not visible indications, somebody presiding over an integrity institution, but who does not have the pedigree of integrity, these are not visible signs of a troubling situation. I don't know what else to do. Given the foregoing, we hereby recommend the following to members of the international community who have invested so much in helping Liberia to transit from the theater of conflict to the platform of peace, justice, and equality in our land. Recommendation 1. It is clear that the NEC is the principal enabler of the negative actions of disability in this ongoing intra-party conflict. We request your Excellencies to exert all influence at your disposal on the NEC to have a law without delay the corrected version of the Liberty Party Constitution. This will, in effect, bring to a close the question of who does what in the Liberty Party, because the Constitution is very clear on this matter. 2. In consideration of the corrupt nature of the chairperson of NEC, she should step down as head of NEC in order to restore confidence in the convention. Her retention as chair will be a bar omen for free, fair, and credible elections, credible presidential election in 2023. 3. That due to the incompetency of the Board of Commissioners that they have executed all along in the ruling party affiliation, 5 counterpart commissioners composed of electoral experts from ECOWAS, the African Union, and the United Nations be established to jointly conduct the 2023 presidential and legislative elections to prevent the country from running to chaos. 4. That you assist Liberia with international IT experts to be assigned jointly to jointly operate the data section. It's very crucial. In conjunction with the next data team to avoid fraud that was associated with the 2017 voter registration process. 5. The biometric voter registration registry should be procured by Liberia's international partner, principally the UNDP, and the software remains in their care to ensure fair play for all. And 6, finally, we appeal to ECOWAS and the United Nations to send a technical electoral team to assess the situation at hand about the preparedness for the conduct of the 2023 presidential and legislative elections. Dawn in the city of Monrovia, this 28th day of October 2022. Signed on behalf of the thousands of partisans of the party. Senator Yobli Contrad Lawrence, recognized as the leader of our party. Thank you. At this stage, I will invite the Contrad County Senator of Liberty Party, the Honorable Liberian Director of Law, to make this submission.
Thank you. Thank you. Advanced Chair for Political Affairs Liberty Party will present this petition submitted to the Election Commission representing our view, our position as a party. As we speak, this Election Commission has logged 3 different versions of the constitution deposited by Mr. on which the Election Commission is acting. Contrary to what our constitution should be in keeping with what we all agree at the Supreme Court. They are all contained in this document. And as though the Election Commission has not seen this dossier of all of the evidence, including the Farmington MOU, letters of
welcome to Spoon TV Live.
Thank you very much.
Tell us your name.
My name is Mohamed Bashir Soli.
Okay. Mohamed, tell us, why are you guys here this morning?
We have been tested by LISGIS. LISGIS are doing everything to omit our name for the process.
Okay.
LISGIS said the criteria that qualified you was to apply, which we did, we all. After applying, the next thing was we sat for the attitude test, and we were qualified, and then they trained us. After training us, and we understood that the legislatures has extended the time, only waiting to see how best we can complete our training. To our greater disgrace, yesterday, let's just came up with a listing, which they omitted every one of us names. We have about 256 persons that sat for this training.
Okay.
Every one of us was omitted from it.
For Montserrat County?
No, for our center.
Oh, for the center.
Church.
Okay. All right. So, what was the requirement, after the training? Was there any criteria like maybe after the training you take tests, and those who will pass the test, they are the ones who will be considered or shortlisted to be enumerated? Was there any requirement or criteria like that?
The only requirement was there to train supervisor. Right? If you go into the manual, it will tell you directly what all required, and which all went through the processes
and we completed the process. And only to know that they went and took their own people's name and placed it there. One person that did that is the Deputy Director General for Administration, Mr. Lawrence, who's here. George. Because he came here, he insulted our parents. He insulted our parents publicly, and we decided to react to that issue because we wanted to be civil and honor goals, our training, and be part of history making.
So some of the names that you guys are seeing on the final listing, are those names that participated with you guys during the training?
Especially our training center.
Let me just make something clear, Bama. Let me just come in. Thank you very much for the school family. We are being civil because we respect the rules of law. If we are not civil this morning, there will be no car flying in the street this morning. Because what Raymond Smith, the acting director general, alleges and his official did to the Liberian people, the young people, it is very much disheartening, and we are saying this for the president. We're not even talking about any minister for the president to intervene. From now to 2 o'clock, if we can address the issue, for birthday, we take a specified action that would make Moreover to go ungovernable. Let me tell you what went on. When LISGIS came out with a whole sensor thing, they said that we should take an aptitude test, which of course everybody here sat for the test. And at our center, there were 198 persons that passed the test. They put their name on the board, but because of their own delinquency, their own mismanagement at LISGIS, the center at SKD and one sentence file, they never administered tests there. They told the people to join us here. When a group key they joined us, our number went to 256. The 256, they had two centers, Center 1 and Center 2. We went through the training, or intensive 5 days training. Now we sat in the morning from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock without getting on water. We went through the test, and the facilitator told us that right after the test, right after the training, we're going to get our workshop fee, our setting fee. FN by the acting director general going, okay, FN, telling the Liberian people that they apportion $5 a day for each numerator for setting fee. And right after the test, we were going to pay that money. Up to now, we have not received a dime. These people you are seeing us, they are from far out. While they did, the first name they brought up, if you apply to take a test in Josephville, they will put your need to 175 or 5 birthday. Tell me, my brother, paying your way from Josephville to come here for good 7 days without feeding you. We went through that stress, we took the test, and the only thing we were waiting for them to train the supervisor today. Waiting for censor net for the numerators to start their work on the 7th of November. To our utmost surprise, we have evidence. There are people in the field there. There was a girl that confronted in me just that morning. I told her, I said, but we keep for 3 years. I never saw you around here. Everybody that came for the training, I'm familiar with them. What you do here? She said, oh, Women Smith told me I should come to first birthday. Because the women need will come up. So
have you people been able to engage with the LISGIS authority, the Women Smith that you're talking about? Have you engaged with him? And what has he said?
We don't have chat with any Women Smith. Those that we have dealing with is the facilitator. After this morning, they have not appeared to the center. And we are waiting here. I'm telling you.
So, please, can I come in, please? What information were you given before you came here this morning? Were you called to come here this morning?
The information we got was on the first, we're going to do a competency test.
Okay.
To refresh you before the process starts. But when we came here, in fact, from day before yesterday, when we start looking on LISGIS website, ask everybody here, 256. You can't find one person that is leaking from the center. How could that be possible? How could that be possible? LISGIS issue also. If you're not LISGIS, you will not have a problem. Everybody here have the problem.
Okay, please. There is a supervisor for this particular center here. I know. Have you been able to speak to the supervisor? If you have, what is he telling you?
As we speak, We can't get hold of him. And from my understanding, the supervisor, they are also on strike because they promised to pay them the facilitator. They have not paid them up to now. So it's not our business. They are LISGIS staff, but we that were contracted by LISGIS. If you want for us to work with you again, it's an agreement. If we will break the contract, pay our safety fee.
So you said contract. Did you sign contract with LISGIS?
I signed a contract today.
But you said then you did not sign it.
The manual tell you, if you read through the manual, once you have the manual and go through the if you sign it, that means you are being selected by LISGIS to work. Antifa, we must spend and argue this.
So at this point, what are you guys really looking forward to?
As I said, we are sober, we respect the rule of law, but when you push the man to the wall, you will bounce back. We get LISGIS, Wilson Smith and his staff. We gave them from 9 to 2 o'clock. If they can't come here, if they can't send anybody here to address our issue, we take expensive action. And no action will lead to citizens being embarrassed to move on the road. Very clear about it.
I just want to say something short. In so doing, even though my previous has said it all, but then we'll tell them that LISGIS will not conduct any test or any training or any sensor around or any test they want to conduct at the Liberia center. We are going to barricade the center and any other center around any other center around it, there will be no here or no test. We must never leave. If they refuse to carry anything, if they refuse to do anything around here, no problem. But during the sensor, you see any
It is very sad for us to sit here at this time and be discussing Wilson Smith. It is very sad. But things I'm going to tell you this evening, or tonight, or this morning, wherever you find yourself, take it as it is. Because I'm going to be giving you key information about Wilson Smith and the president, Wilson Smith and the finance minister, Wilson Smith and the president, Wilson Smith and LISGIS. Then you can conclude there by judging these platforms. You know, the first time I interacted with Wilson Smith, it was on the university campus. The first time I interacted with Wilson Smith, it was on the university campus. Then I began to take my break. Wilson Smith is the criminal. Wilson Smith is corrupt. Evident by LISGIS. LISGIS indicted Wilson Smith. If you don't know who Wilson Smith is, he is the guy that is here. He is this guy. For you to be convinced, Wilson Smith, under my watchful eye in the United States right here, Wilson Smith told me that he's going to Liberia to go seek for a job. That anything that it may be, that he will get himself into it for him to be able to get a job. That's what Wilson Smith told me. I went for Wilson Smith. Wilson Smith was living in Arizona. Because of a clandestine act, because of Wilson Smith's clandestine act, Wilson Smith were put him out. Wilson Smith have to run at the time to come to me in Pennsylvania. He went to me that night. I picked up Wilson Smith from the airport. I want to give you guys a clear understanding of how Wilson Smith and myself have come from a long way. Wilson Smith, he is a corrupt guy. He is someone that I cannot trust. Wilson Smith has getting himself involved into Mia. into Miami, into using a SIM tool. Woman Smith had get himself involved into using his SIM tool. Woman Smith went to Liberia. It was difficult. It was difficult for Woman Smith. And I'm saying it here because I've advised him and he cannot listen. Woman Smith have to, it was not easy on Woman Smith. Woman Smith, but then he was working with LFA. He managed by some kind of means, by crook. He was working with LFA. From there, when the finance minister, Samuel Toy, get in contact with Woman Smith for some kind of meeting that they went for, the finance minister told Woman Smith that in order for the president to appoint you, he have to sleep with you. It took Woman Smith 3 days. 3 days for him to think over it. 3 days. And I will not mention my words here. It took Woman Smith 3 days. It took Woman Smith 3 days for him to think over it about the president sleeping with him, but what the finance minister have told him. The finance minister told him, in order for the president to appoint you, he need to sleep with you. Amen. Woman Smith is not smart. He's not one of the smartest. Francois. No. But Woman Smith know the street. Woman Smith finally he agreed that the president must sleep for him. The hotel that the president sleep in, I will not call that hotel name. But in time to come, I will come here, I will call the hotel name to you guys. Woman Smith used a SIM tool, her back door. You all know what I mean? His SIM tool. The president entered in his SIM tool. From there, they appointed him as deputy. Currently, Woman Smith is acting. Currently, Woman Smith is acting. Do you think what is it that LISGIS has indicted Woman Smith? The president have not taken actions. But they went for the Ganta meeting, when they went for the Ganta Convention meeting, they came from there and then they decided to dissolve. What do you think? Woman Smith is not just greeted, but he is greeted to the asshole. I told Woman Smith, I said, you are going a bad track. You are taking a bad road. No. If it will cost me for me to eat the crumbs, I will eat the crumbs. But I will not give them back to somebody to penetrate through my asshole. I will not do that. I said, Woman Smith, you said that you was in a struggle here for the Liberian people, but it's like you were in a struggle for yourself. Today, Woman Smith is acting like boss. Woman Smith is. What do you think? You think Woman Smith? They order from nowhere. The president never knew Woman Smith. The president never knew Woman Smith, and I can attest to it. The president never knew Woman Smith. It is the finance minister who carried Woman Smith to the president to use his asshole. Yeah, excuse me for my expressions. To use his asshole for them to be able to enter his swim too. And let me tell the people who are saying they will make the country ungovernable, they will make, you just wasting your time. Because Woman Smith he have been filled up by the president from your asshole. And I'm saying this because I have nothing against Woman Smith. Woman Smith cannot do me shit. Shit, Woman Smith cannot do me. Absolutely nothing. But where the truth belongs, we should be able to place the truth there. You went to get your asshole to the president, for the president to fuck your asshole, and before you can be able to appoint you as deputy? Are you freaking killing me? Your asshole. The president have to enter your asshole before he can be able to give you a job. Those of you who are saying, you know, Woman Smith is not a this, the Woman Smith is this, Woman Smith is this. Look, George Weah, he is a #1 fake man into our country. We know that. But yeah, 11 people, when they elected him, they want to vote for him. So when they are talking about the 11 people suffering, I am not here to justify that. I'm not here to talk about that. Oh, you are not aware that the ledger board was indicted by LSC and nothing happened? The finance minister, who is the gatekeeper of our finance, never crack his teeth, never say anything. You think by him just taking some thousands of dollars from Legis budget, you think by that Legis will do something, the president will do something to him? Because the mattress is asshole. The mattress is borehole. Because that his borehole, the president can eat from. That his borehole, the president can be entering. So the president in Woman Smith, he must do the thing that he feels to himself, and it is good. I'm not here to castigate anyone. But what Woman Smith is doing to our Liberian people, what Woman Smith is doing to the peasants, what Woman Smith is doing to our Liberian brothers and sisters, is not fair. If you know him, you better call him your advancing. If you know Woman Smith, you better call him to advancing. You better call Woman Smith to advancing. The last time I checked, the fake people, they were not traveling abroad for them to take treatment. What happened? That the death news, that the fly carried the story. That the fly carried the story. That the fly carried the story. If you know Woman Smith, you better call him to advancing. You better call him to advancing. Because Woman Smith is a devilish, he has turned to a Nicodemus. For me, I'm just here to give the Liberian people what they deserve. I'm not here to make anybody's situation much more better, to twist anybody's situation around. No. Because the Liberian people, they are self. They are self will elaborate themselves. Themselves will be able to elaborate themselves into the struggle that they put themselves in. The Liberian people will decide for themselves 2023. I will not decide for the Liberian people. But whatsoever it is, I will come here to say, Woman Smith, because of Legis' job, Woman Smith doesn't have any experience in Legis in statistics. At least for men like me, at this statistic manner in UL. But Woman Smith, he never did nothing pertaining to statistics. And then you made him the statistic boss. If that is not something for them to ring back to the Liberian people, then I don't know what will ring back. President Weah is a #1 fake God into our country. And this is not something that I'm saying out of nowhere. Mohamed said it, that before the president gave you job, he has to sleep with you. The chairman of the political party, the chairperson of the political party said it. For me, I don't hold nothing against Woman Smith, and Woman Smith does not have nothing absolutely that I need. I can get everything for myself. You all that know him, you better advise him. Let me play the clip for you one more time. Then we'll go to the phone line and pick up the phone.
Welcome to Spoon TV Live.
Thank you very much.
Tell us your name.
My name is Mohamed Soli.
Okay. Mohamed, tell us, why are you guys here this morning?
We are being tested by LISGIS. LISGIS are doing everything to omit our name for the process.
Okay.
LISGIS said the criteria that qualified you was to apply, which we did, we all. After applying, the next thing was we sat for the attitude test, and we were qualified, and then they trained us. After training us, and we understood that the legislatures has extended the time, only waiting to see how best we can complete our training. To our greater disgrace, yesterday, LISGIS came up with a listing, which they omitted every one of us names. We have about 256 persons that sat for this training.
Okay.
Every one of us was omitted from it.
For Montserrat County?
No, for our center.
Oh, for the center.
Church.
Okay. All right. So, what was the requirement, after the training? Was there any criteria like maybe after the training you take tests, and those who will pass the test, they are the ones who will be considered or shortlisted to be enumerated? Was there any requirement or criteria like that?
The only requirement was there to train a supervisor. Right? If you go into the manual, it will tell you directly what all required, and we all went through the processes, and we completed the process, and only to know that they went and took their own people's name and placed it there. One person that did that is the Deputy Director General for Administration, Mr. Lawrence, who's here. George. Because he came here, insulted our parents, publicly, and we decided to react to that issue because we wanted to be civil and honor goals, our training, and be part of history making.
So some of the names that you guys are seeing on the final listing, are those names that participated with you guys during the training?
Especially our center.
Let me just make something clear, Bama. Let me just come in. Thank you very much for the school family. We are being saved because we respect the rules of law. If we are not saved this morning, there will be no car flying in the street this morning. Because what Raymond Smith, the acting director general at LISGIS, and his official did to the Liberian people, the young people, it is very much disheartening, and we are saying this for the president. We're not even talking about any minister for the president to intervene. From now to 2 o'clock, if we can address the issue at first birthday, we take a specified action that would make Morovia to go ungovernable. Let me tell you what went on. When LISGIS came out with a whole censor thing, they said that we should take an aptitude test, which of course everybody here sat for the test. And at our center, there were 198 persons that passed the test. They put their name on the board, but because of their own delinquency, their own mismanagement at LISGIS, the center at SKD and one sentence file, they never administered tests there. They told the people to join us here. When a group key, they joined us, our number went to 256. The 256, they had two centers. Center 1 and Center 2. We went through the training, or intensive 5 days training. That we sat for in the morning from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock without getting our water. We went through the test, and the facilitator told us that right after the test, right after the training, we're going to get our washer fee, our setting fee. FN by the acting director general going, okay, FN, telling the Liberian people that they apportion $5 a day for each numerator for setting fee. And right after the test, we were going to pay that money. Up to now, we have not received a dime. These people you are seeing us, they are from far out. While they did, the first name they brought up, if you apply to take a test in Jonesville, they will put your need to 175 or 5 birthday. Tell me, my brother, paying your way from Jonesville to come here for good 7 days without feeding you. We went through that stress, we took the test, and the only thing we were waiting for them to train the supervisor today. Waiting for sensor net for the numerator to start their work on the 7th of November. To our utmost surprise, we have evidence. There are people in the face there. There was a girl that confronted me just that morning. I told her, I said, but we came for training here. I never saw you around here. Everybody that came to for the training, I'm familiar with them. What you doing here? She said, oh, Women Smith told me I should come to 5 birthdays. Because the women need will come up. So it's a calculated thing.
Have you people been able to engage with the Legislative Authority, the Women Smith that you're talking about? Have you engaged with him? And what has he said?
We don't have chat with any Women Smith. Those that we have dealing with is the facilitator. Up to this morning, they have not appeared to the center. And we are waiting here. I'm telling you.
So, please, can I come in, please? What information were you given before you came here this morning? Were you called to come here this morning?
The information we got was on the first, we're going to do a competency test.
Okay.
To refresh you before the process starts. But when we came here, in fact, from day before yesterday, when we start looking on Legend website, ask everybody here, 256. You can't find one person that is leaking from the center. How could that be possible? How could that be possible? Legend issue all the time. If you're not legend, if you're not legend, you will not have a problem. Everybody here have the problem.
Okay, please, there is a supervisor for this particular center here. I know. Have you been able to speak to the supervisor? If you have, what is he telling you?
As we speak, we can't get hold of him. And from my understanding, the supervisor, they are also on strike because they promised to pay them the facilitator. They have not paid them up to now. So it's not our business. They are legend staff. But we that were contracted by legend. If you want for us to work with you again, it's an agreement. If we will break the contract, pay our setting fee.
So you said contract. Did you?
You know, Larimpo, we are very hard to learn. We are very, very hard to learn. Poverty, now I have understood that poverty does not know anyone. Poverty, when it comes to you, it comes to you. And now I'm getting to understand that. Woman who was just running. Woman who was just running to me in Pennsylvania. A woman swim there now because they are entering his asshole. And now he is marginalizing our brothers and sisters. But keep a call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267 or 215-266-6509. Once more, 215-824-8124 or 215-266-6509. That is the number to call now. You can say your own because I've already said mine. The platform is all yours. Keep your call coming now or forever hold your peace. But one thing that I can assure them that 2023, if you feel that your life is better, vote for Josh Monowia. If the Liberian people think, if they think that life is better, on the dictator, on the fake leadership, keep a call coming out on 215 824 8124 or 215 266 6509. That is the number to call to be part of the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Yeah. 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 Liberians, we are very difficult. We are very hard to learn. We are hard to learn, but we're going to forget. That woman Smith there. Keep your call coming out on 215 824 8124 or 215 266 6509. That is the number to call to be part of the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. We are not here to stay long. We have about 30 more minutes. So if you can call in right now to tell us what your views are, that would be excellent. Or you can better call on 215 824 8124. Or you can call on 215 266 6509. That is the two number to call. You know, for me, I have just analyzed what is the reason for the censor. What is the reason? What is the reason currently now for the censor when election commission are already finished coming on with their gala? What is the essence? Can somebody call here and be able to tell me what is the essence of the censor right now? I know the essence of censor is for populations, for them to be able to know our total populations. But it is the same populations that legislators can be able to come up with and be able to come up with a demarcations about zones, which of the county that are to carry more representative or which of the county are to carry less representative. Less than 20,000 people, they are to carry less representative. What is the essence? When National Election Commission have already finished coming on with their guidelines, what is the essence? I'll be coming here tomorrow to be able to tell you the facts about the National Election Commission. She is in serious. David Eto Brown Lasana. She is in serious trouble. I'm not touching on that today. What is the essence of this census? For somebody to leave from Brewerville or Johnsonville, for them to be able to come to that locations, where they'll be able to pay 200, 300, they come to sleep somewhere for 7 days without taking bath. I believe that someone that not even take bath, without taking bath, without speaking to water. Then it is Wilmore Smith. Keep a call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 215-266-6509. Keep a call coming out of forever, hold your peace. Keep a call coming out of forever, hold your peace. Yeah. Keep a call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 215-266-6509.
What is your name?
My name is Renata Chudu12.
Renata?
Yes.
Renata, which school do you go to?
I'm attending Car Baptist School System.
And what class are you in?
I'm in 6th grade class.
Wow. Where do you live?
I live 9th Street Single.
You are on the program, What's the Latest? In this program, we are talking about the latest things that we're hearing in town. We call it the latest G's. You can tell me any G's you've been hearing in town in a few days, even if it's pertaining to election or anything?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Because I can be listening to radio every time I don't like, I keep my $60 per saver to be on the radio. I always love to listen to Costa show at first, every morning. And at first, like in my own interest, I think the person my candidate I want in power is I just like him, or if I may say to confess and honest, I love Joseph Walker here. And what I heard on radio, like the way Costa said, even if you can be the most accurate person, but as long you meet Joseph Walker one-on-one, and if he's speaking to you, you feel like home, like you just want to give your heart to him, but oh no, it cannot be possible here. And again, concerning what her name, CDC and George Mantel, to be honest to you, Auntie, I just don't want him. This is not a football club. This is a real nation. And to be honest again, once more, let me tell you, this is not a football field, I repeat. This is a whole nation. And let me tell you one thing I know, I can hear. People can say his dog. I say I know he won't be his dog on this earth here. But just that maybe he's not focused, that's all. He don't love tension. That's what I learned from my oldest people. And one thing I know again is that because maybe the tension was too high, and one thing some people can say he insulted his own mother on radio. I say maybe it was just because of the anger, he couldn't stand it any longer. That was why.
So now I would like to come to the very end of the message. I would like to come to the very end of the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. I'll be off tomorrow. See you. See you. See you when I see you. Our guest tomorrow evening at the same time, same place. We'll be here tomorrow to give you the gist about our country, Mama Liberia. See you when I see you.